Well, I hear you have some obscure pop culture.
Yeah, it's a side effect.
Knowledge.
I write my scripts and I play way too much Trivial Pursuit, but you'll follow along, you'll get it.
I'll try.
So you see, 1 is supposed to be the loneliest number, at least according to Three Dog Night. But while Corey Wells and Danny Hutton may know about the driving pop rock sound and powerful harmonies, they don't know much about college football rankings. Two teams both stake claim to the title number 1. It just depends on whether you ask the coaches or if you ask the writers. Now, according to the writers, the best team plays in the Orange Bowl, and the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers aren't likely to argue with the writers. Ken Dorsey of the Miami Hurricanes with a 40-yard touchdown strike to Andre Johnson. That puts the Canes up 7-0, but there was plenty more where that came from. Dorsey was supposed to be a question mark for Miami last year. This year, he has all the answers. Jeremy Shockley's open in the end zone, and Dorsey sees him. That makes it 21-0 Canes. Offense doesn't want to be selfish. Let's get the special teams in on this route. This is a second half where Philip Buchanan takes the punt. He's going to go back 56 yards with it to make it 41-0 Miami. And we still haven't even talked about the defense. Ryan Cubitt has his hands together. He looks kind of like he's praying, and maybe he should, because he's going down and the ball is going into the end zone. 47-0 Miami. They keep the shutout going along with the scoring and finish up 61-0 over Rutgers. Now, for a rebuttal, let's take a look at the coach's pick for number 1, the Florida Gators. They didn't shut out Louisiana Monroe. In fact, a Rex Grossman fumble on the first play set up. Well, the Indians take the lead, 6-0 Monroe, but that's kind of like poking a gator with a short stick. There's brighter plans than taunting Florida in the swamp. They unleash Ernest Graham, who rolls into the end zone for the 4th time in a short season. Rex Grossman makes up for his fumble, finds Jabbar Gaffney. Kind of hard to miss over there all alone. Were there even Indian defenders on the field there? 21-6 Florida, more Gaffney. This time he has a defender on him, but the result's the same. Gators score 55 unanswered, so I guess you could say they bounce back, winning 55-6. Overshadowed by last night's prep football was the news that the Mosley Dolphins weren't the only Lynn Haven-based team to put up a 2-0 mark in 2001. Phoenix Racing's yellow Freight number 1 car took the checkered flag when Busch Circuit last stopped in Richmond. They were on fire, figuratively speaking, which is better than Kelly Denton, whose car was on fire, literally. Jimmy Spencer wound up leading 169 laps on his way to his 3rd victory. Only 2 other drivers have 3 wins in the season. Series leader Kevin Harvick and Greg Biffle, who hasn't gotten any of those 3 lately, and the pressure just seems to be getting the better of him. Spencer took the lead for the final time with 43 laps to go, held on, making him the first driver to win both the spring and fall race at Richmond since 1993. Now, miles away from Richmond, another crash occurred last night. No one was hurt because, well, no one was involved. Let me explain. The MetLife blimp, assigned to provide aerial coverage of tomorrow's Chiefs-Raiders season opener, broke loose of its moorings at the Kansas City airport and drifted away during a storm. Safety systems kicked in and the blimp deflated and landed safely on a truck 75 miles away. The dirigible, I put the story in just because how often do you get to use the word dirigible in everyday conversation? The dirigible was returned to KC but is listed as doubtful for Sunday's game.